Howdy, folks. As always, I hope you're doing well. Today, I would like to talk about something that most of us give far too little importance in our life. That's gratitude. And I'll tell you, this morning started out okay, but as the day wore on, things became, we'll just say, unpleasant for myself. Can't speak for anybody else. And so I'm having a bit of a plumbing problem at my new house. And I'm a long way from any kin folks, and I don't know very many people around here, and I've only been here for a couple of months, so most of the people that I do know have not integrated me into their circle of friends, so to speak. It's a process. It takes time. So I found myself getting more and more angry as the course of the day wore on. And worse than angry, I was dismayed. I don't even know how to articulate the state of mind and the emotional state that I was in, other than to say that I hadn't given up, but I could feel those feelings dwelling deep within. That I had made a bad decision by moving here, and that it was a stupid thing to do, and you know how you have those feelings and whatnot. And I was having some physical issues. I have a breathing problem because of a house that I was living in. That's a long story. But because of all of that, let's just say that I was going in a bad direction, mentally and emotionally. And so I finally got wrapped up with what I was doing, and I have come up with a short-term workaround solution to my plumbing issue. I'll just have to cut the water main off when I'm not using any water until I can get the parts to fix the leak. The leak itself isn't serious, but it is spraying on some wood underneath the floor, and that can become very serious very quickly. So anyway, back on point here. Let's talk about gratitude for a minute. As you can see, I haven't missed any meals. My face is full. In fact, I've probably taken in too many calories today, technically, according to what the doctors would have you believe. My lights are still on, or my electricity is still on. I still have internet. I've got supper to eat tonight. I've got breakfast in the morning, and I have meals for many days. And when I got finished working on what I was working on with my plumbing issue, or went as far as I could, I had the tools to do some cleaning up out here in the yard that needed to be done. My dogs have food. They'll have breakfast. They'll have supper tomorrow. I think I've got enough food to last the whole month for them without having to purchase anymore. When I got done working on what I was working on, I went up to my shop, and I had all the tools and materials I need to work on what I'm trying to build up there, in the process of unpacking and getting the shop squared away and set up. So the truth is I have a lot to be thankful for. I have a lot to be grateful for. So why is it that we find ourselves becoming ungracious, or ungrateful is the word, my apologies, when we get into situations that are not what we want them to be? that's a problem that we have. Most, if not all of us, have that problem. Now, I'm going to go so far as to say that I believe that ingratitude is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, issues in the world today. So, speaking from a secularist point of view, believing that there is no creator and so forth and so on, why does anyone want to rule over anyone else? Take for example the tyrannical issues that we're having in the United States nowadays. Take for other examples all that you would like to take from history. The emperors ruling over China, with what they currently have is the Communist Party in charge, the communism of North Korea, and other religions trying to run the world, as the Catholics have tried to do in years and centuries past. Kingships over England and France, and not to mention all the stuff that goes on with Scotland and Ireland. Why are we so driven to gain more than what we have? Why are we so ungrateful for what we do have? In all honesty, it really doesn't make any kind of sense. Because, speaking for myself here, I don't want to rule over anybody else. It's all I can do to manage my own life, and I don't manage it well. And I'm sure the same can be said for a majority of people. Let's look at the kings and emperors and monarchs and dictators of old, and even some modern day dictators. Venezuela, Cuba, and there's another one I can't remember the name of at the moment. But they come to power and their countries go to poop, for lack of a better term. So stop. Look around you. See what you have. And even for those of you who may not have everything you want, look at what you've got. As an example, my mobile home is right here. I don't know if you can see any part of it. Right here. And this end right here is the end that I was working at today, trying to fix the plumbing leak, because the plumbing issue is literally right here at that wall underneath. Pull the underpinning down and you're at the leak. Now, look right over here behind me. Look at that gorgeous view. So here I am working on this end of the mobile home with all of this view right here, literally in eye shot. And I enter into a state of ingratitude. How silly is that? We need to learn how to do what Scripture says and take every thought captive. If we were to do that, take every thought captive. Don't let our emotions rule us. We should rule our emotions. What does Scripture say? Be angry and sin not. Why was I angry? I was angry because I wasn't getting what I wanted. And totally ignoring what I have. That's ingratitude. So, I'm not admonishing any of you. I'm not fussing at any of you. I'm not trying to tell any of you what to do. I'm just simply suggesting that maybe examine the situation that you're in right now. Check your state of mind right now. Are you ungrateful? Or are you just simply content? And by content, I mean just not really grateful or ungrateful, if that makes sense. Kind of right in between the two, where you're not thinking about the blessings that you have or the things that aren't going the way you want them to go. Because the truth is most of the time, it's right in the middle is kind of where I exist. Which is why I'm thankful for the tribulations, troubles, trials, difficulties, whatever you want to call them. Because it's those situations that bring me back to a state of being grateful for what I have. Plumbing leak or whatever, no problem. Cut the water main off, the air conditioning still works, the heat still works, the microwave still works. I have food, I have water. I've got a safe place to sleep, I'm protected, I have dogs that are my friends. We play and talk with each other. I'm sure you've seen some of them. There's Smudge right there. She's my favorite. Don't tell the others I said that. So learn to be content and grateful where you are. Do the best with what you've got. And if you never go beyond where you are, be satisfied. Anyway, thank you for those of you who have stayed to the end. I would ask that you subscribe and click the bell so that you get all notifications. I don't upload often. And share with friends, family, whoever. I don't make anything off of these. My channel is not monetized. Yahweh, yet another blessing. Yahweh has granted me the tools, equipment, and knowledge and ability to be able to make these videos at no charge. I'll never ask for money. No matter how dire my circumstances get, I will not ask you folks for money here on YouTube. Yahweh will provide according to His will. So, all that being said, again, thank you for sticking around to the end. And as always, remember Proverbs 18:13, Acts chapter 17, verses 10 and 11, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, all of which tell you that it's your responsibility to seek out and read Scripture on your own. Also, I'll add this. Scripture says you have not because you ask not. You ask and receive not because you ask amiss. So, ask Yahweh in earnest to share or teach or enlighten you to the meaning of what His Scripture says. And do it honestly, like I said, in earnest. If you do it honestly, He'll explain it to you, just as He did for me, just as He has done for millions of others throughout all of history. So, all that being said, I hope to see each and every one of you in the kingdom of heaven. Yahweh bless.